Hey guys, welcome to the Bold Hairspring, Ivan here. In today's video, I'll be showing you a watch from one of the more popular micro brands out there, Phoibos. I've got their Voyager model, which is available in a bunch of different colors, but the one that's really got my attention is the green malachite dial version, as in my opinion, it's easily the most unique green dial you can buy in this price range. This watch has been sent to me for a review by Phoibos themselves, but if you're interested in getting one, go visit their website. I've left the link in the description below. At the moment of recording this video, they've got all dial configurations in stock, so good luck choosing one because they all look fantastic. When it comes to the prices, these are very affordable, considering the specs and the overall fit and finish. The malachite dial is $350, the mother of pearl model is $325, while the rest are only $309. Here is a quick look at what the packaging looks like. It's a nice compact square box with seat belts like material on the outside and soft padding on the inside. In it you'll find your watch covered in plastic stickers, which I've removed, a 2-year warranty card, a user's manual, a repair application, and some additional info about their 30 days refund policy. Now that we've cleared that out, let's discuss the dimensions, which by the way are very compact and will probably please most people. The case diameter is 39mm, the lug-to-lug is 44.5, but if you take into account the slightly protruding end links, then it measures about 50mm. However, don't worry about it, as the articulation of the links following the end links is very good and it helps with the overall wearability. The thickness is 14mm and finally the spacing between the lugs is 20mm. On the wrist, guys, this Phoibos looks gorgeous, and despite its compact dimensions, it has quite a bit of a wrist presence due to its unique dial, shiny ceramic bezel insert and 5-link bracelet. It's also very comfortable. I've been wearing it almost exclusively for the past 2 weeks and it feels very well balanced. And sized for my 17cm or 6.7 inch wrist, it weighs 152 grams. Alright, next let's have a word about the design, the build quality and the overall fit and finish. Long story short, guys, Phoibos has done great in all these areas. I quite like the design, it's an original one and not an homage of anything. The case is fully brushed, but that vertical brushing is nicely contrasted by the shiny ceramic bezel insert and the high polished center links of the bracelet. The choice of materials, also great, 316L stainless steel, plus a very clear double domed sapphire crystal and a dial made of malachite. I'll give you a closer look of it in just a moment. In addition, the watch is 200 meters water resistant, so you get a screw down crown, which is signed, and a screw down case back with the Phoibos logo deeply embossed, and it looks very cool. By the way, I really like this logo and I totally agree with Chief203, who is a viewer of the channel, that it resembles Hydra's logo, and if you are a Marvel fan, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, I find it very cool. Before I show you how awesome the dial is, let me just tell you that the bracelet of this Phoibos is very good. All the links are solid, including the end links, and they're joined together by screws. The finishing is excellent, and as you can see, the end links fit the case perfectly without forming any gaps, so very tight tolerances here. As I mentioned earlier, the bracelet is 20mm wide at the lugs and it tapers down to 18 where it meets the clasp. The clasp is pretty nice, it has the octopus logo engraved, it's milled, and it has 3 micro adjustment points, so getting a perfect fit should be fairly easy. In my case, I simply had to remove 3 links and I was ready to go. The moment has come, guys. You're now going to see what makes this dial so special and unique. Most watches typically feature some sort of painted or lacquered dials, while some more expensive watches like Omega may come with a dial made of ceramics, and there are also brands who use sapphire dials. However, I've never heard of green malachite being used in watchmaking before. What I personally find very interesting about this mineral is that its green color doesn't fade over time, which I guess is one of the reasons why it's used in jewelry, And you should also know that since each malachite piece has its own pattern, two dials will never be the same, just like it happens with mother of pearl and meteorite dials. The color, as you can see, is a mixture of darker and brighter shades of emerald green, and it looks very pleasing in person. I've had a few green dial watches over the years, but I can tell you straight away, this one is simply different, and I mean it in the best way possible. But if green is not your thing, or you simply don't like this dial specifically, make sure you have a look at the other colors available. You know, when Phoibos asked me to review this watch, I had a really hard time choosing, because they all look amazing and they all come with applied indices and matching colored date wheels. Something else worth mentioning here is that Phoibos watches typically come with very good lume, and this one is no exception. You get 15 layers of Super Luminova BGW9 on the handset, indices and the bezel insert. I think I shall say no more. I mean, BGW9 never disappoints. Next, let's have a quick look at the bezel. It's a coin edge bezel, sort of. It may not be the grippiest, but if your hands aren't sweaty, you have absolutely no problems turning it. It has 120 clicks and the action is nice and tight. There is no backplay and it lines up perfectly. It's also the first watch with a 12-hour bezel insert that I've ever had an experience with, and I've set it 5 hours ahead so that I can track the time in Thailand, as I've got quite a few friends there. When it comes to the movement, Phoibos has opted for the NH35, which, as you all know, is a movement you simply can't go wrong with in this price point. I've had so many watches with this movement that I've already memorized the specs. 24 joules, 6 beats per second, a power reserve of 40 hours, it hacks, it hand winds, and it has a stated accuracy of -20 to +40 seconds per day. In this particular case, it's been running about 8 seconds slow, which is not bad at all. So yeah, the NH35 is a very solid choice. To sum things up, guys, the Phoibos Voyager is a great looking piece that also happens to be very well built, and it has something that most other watches don't, and that of course is the unique malachite dial. However, if for some reason it's not your cup of tea, I would like to suggest you have a look at their Kraken collection, which is on sale right now. It's available in 4 different colors, and for $360 you're getting a proper dive watch with Miyota 9015 and a great bracelet with a ratcheting clasp. Finally, I would like to mention their Sea Nymph collection, which is for the ladies. You know, not many micro brands bother themselves to make well-built watches for women, so when I find one, I make sure I mention it. These come in 38mm cases with beautiful mother of pearl dials in different colors and Seiko NH35 movements. I'm just going to add here that Christmas is coming, so keep this one in mind. That's the end of today's video, everyone. As you can tell, I'm very impressed with Phoibos and their catalog, and now I can totally understand why it's the favorite micro brand of some people. Feel free to let me know what you think about this brand in the comments below, and whether you're considering to give them a chance. Thank you very much for watching, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.